What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Tyler is back again.
Let's go.
Captain Gino. We're on the St. Johns River today. It is absolutely going down, guys. The river's fishing like it did when I was a kid. I told Tyler about it. Tyler said, I hate that place.
I hate the river.
And I took him here before. I was like, dude, I'm gonna change your mind. It didn't work out, man. He brought that bad juji.
Yeah, I only caught,
It didn't go good. Hopefully today will go better. We smoked them the other day. Tyler gets the stories. Very rarely does he get to jump in the mix. Hopefully we'll get on a few for you guys. Super excited to be back on the water with Tyler. And hopefully we can change his mind and show him this river's got what it takes.
I'm ready for it.
I want to kind of talk about the what, when, and why when it comes to fishing the St. Johns River.
Yeah, that's the thing is I've only lost one, so.
But that's about where all the bass will probably be. Yep, there's basically like a hump here, and a hump on the pad line. Yeah, that would be dope. Oh, there he is. There he is. Good. I think I got him on the mega bass, baby. Woo, she choked it too, son.
Wow.
That's a good one.
That is a good fish. Yeah. Oh gosh.
God, that fish absolutely choked that thing, dude. He's got a call clip too.
Oh heck yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
I was gonna try to like stand up.
Oh no, yeah, you're going in.
As soon as that.
There's one.
Oh no way.
Second cast in a row on the mega bass, dude. Choking it. Nice one. Oh, there's one following it. I got it trapped. You put that chartreuse blue on, it's game over, dude. I promise you.
Oh dang, I might have thrown it in. Oh gosh, that was a big one.
Wow.
I can see that popping off and then just going
Non-stop, dude. Non-stop. Just bam. So crazy, guys. We were like a little bit further south and we'd caught him there real good a couple days ago. I told Tyler all about it. We come and it's like dead, just barren wasteland. And that is the perfect reason why you cannot fall in love with shell bars. A lot of guys think, oh, if I just get a shell bar, I got it. These fish constantly move. You're dealing with real pelagic fish here on the river. They're always, when they get into this main river, they're gonna follow that bait around. Unless you find some like bait that's gonna be stagnant, like shell crackers or something like that on the main river, their focus is primarily going to be on this shad that's moving through this time of year. It happens in fall and it happens in spring into summer as well. Are the two times where they're really focusing on that shad. And now this is the time of year that a lot of guys get spun out because they're catching them up shallow, they vanish on them, or they catch them on the main river and they vanish and they think that their fish is left. You really have to dial this river in and be able to move around a little bit and stay flexible if you're going to do well this time of year. Yeah, I haven't seen the bait. I'm looking for it. I'm also looking to feel the hump that I was hitting. There's one. No. Nice one. I love that thing. Crankbait.
Yeah, why don't you let the folks at home know like where they can find a crankbait like that?
Oh, that's top secret information. Oh God, that is ridiculous. I definitely had been cranking too fast. I slowed down and got bit pretty quick. There it is.
Oh. Ooh, that's a better one, dude.
He's angry. Not as good as his first few I caught. Seem to be going down size, guys, but that's all right. Big girl's ready to get in here in a second.
Yeah, just wait for my bait to come through now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, dude,
oh no. Oh, oh, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
my gosh.
oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
Let's go. Oh, dude, he's fighting. Oh, look at this fish.
Dude, he's a mule, brother. These river fish are for real deal, dude. There's no fish like them in the state of Florida. They are 100%. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my gosh.
You catch them on the mag?
Yeah. Oh! I should have lost this fish by now.
I do not know how you didn't lose it. Beautiful.
Let's go.
Now we're working on a bag, Tyler.
Oh snap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Got him.
Get him, get him. Oh, that's a good one, dude.
Got him, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that stud, dude.
Oh my gosh. That's a good, oh, that's a good fish.
That first cranking fish was even bigger. But yeah, that's a 4-pounder. Girth on that thing, dude, and length. Thickens.
Right next to the boat, too. They're asking
Dude,
for
I
it.
threw it there and started twitching as fast as I could, and they just smoked it.
Dude, underneath the boat there, just lined up.
I thought I had one. It just felt so weird.
How long did he have it for?
About 40 seconds. But I would lift it up and I wouldn't feel anything, so it was just following the weight with the current. Hold on, buddy. These river fish are super angry, dude. When looking for where you're gonna fish offshore on the river, a good place to check is gonna be any channel swings, any bends in the river, especially if they like the river flows into a slough or a lake. Those are huge areas because then you're gonna have a big flat that comes to a drop off on a channel swing. Areas in the lake that widen or narrow, those are good places to look. So if it comes from narrow to wide, for instance, it's really good to see where that river channel kind of breaks and where the flat is at, and check those areas. A lot of times you can see the difference in flow just as you're cruising down the river. If you just pay attention, you'll be able to see where there's current breaks and current seams and things like that. Those are always good areas to check for bass to be setting up for bait to come through. You can't always see the bass on the areas. A lot if you're in the deeper areas where the fish are deeper, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 foot, yeah, you can see the bass. But a lot of times these shell bars will run all the way up to 2 foot of water and you won't see them up there real good. Or you take a weird angle and there's kind of a break on the other side. It's just, it's tough. But if you see bait in the area and it's, spring, summer, fall, those are great times to check the main river. Carolina rigging the schoolies. I landed in the fish that were jumping.
Oh god.
Well, they see my worm. Can't tell if I have a fish or not. Got him. Yep, he was a fish. On the old plum apple. I want to kind of talk about the what, when, and why when it comes to fishing the St. Johns River. Right now we're focused on that spring, summer transition. These fish are kind of wrapping up with the spawn. Usually mid-March is kind of that marker. Mid to late March, they start to move out of the sloughs. They start to move out of the flats, out of the lakes, and start moving into the main river channel and start focusing and keying in on shad and on bait. And that'll slowly, as that spring turns to summer, that focus will go from shad and more towards bluegill as the summer progresses. But right now, as it stands, they're focused on shad. Where do you look? Okay, we're out here on the river. It's spring. That's spring-summer transition. Where am I going to go hunting? Well, I know that at this point in time in the year, the majority, not all, but the majority of the fish have moved up out of their places where they're spawning on main river pads or in sloughs or in the lakes, and they're making their way out to the river. So I'm going to start looking on the main river. Typically speaking, and you'll find fish at all different depths on the river. There's 200 species of fish in the St. Johns River. So it can be a bit confusing, but generally speaking for me, no deeper than 20 foot all the way up to 2 foot. And it doesn't matter how hot it is out, you have flowing water. So if you have a shell bar that runs up to 2 foot and it's on the main river, that water is going to be just as cool as it is out in 10 foot of water. It really doesn't seem to matter. There's plenty of oxygen in the water. And I'm going to look for areas where the river widens or where it narrows. So that way that you can find that river channel that's going to receive some current. It'll be a high percentage area for a bass to set up in. Any outside swings and the channel markers are, 60, 80, 100 yards off the bank, giving you a big flat. Those outside swings are a great place to check. If you have a pinch that comes together and then widens, that gives you a main river point there. That's also a nice area to focus on. And it's not necessary, I do want to point out, it's not necessary to see fish there. A lot of times these fish are kind of hard to see. You have drop-offs and dips and places and gullies for them to hide, or they can be up a little bit shallower, up higher in the water column. Makes it a little tricky to see, but if you see bait in the area, it's a good idea to stop. Also, other areas where you have outside swings that go into sloughs or lakes, awesome areas to focus on. Anywhere you see channel markers, those are also great areas to focus on. And just look for bait and be ready to fish and be pliable. Don't go out and practice for your tournament and catch them on a bend in the river and think that's the deal and go back and wonder what happened, your fish disappeared. Be prepared to dial in that river. Those fish are going to follow that bait around. These fish are legit pelagic fish. They're moving around constantly and they're following the bait, and that's all that matters to them right now. They're done with the spawn, they've healed up a little bit, it's been a few weeks, they've got their wits about themselves again, and they're on an absolute tear to eat, and that's all their focus is on. So you need to find the bait, you need to be pliable, you need to be willing and ready to move. Baits that I'm going to have that are really essential to me, number one, a Carolina rig. As far as color go, it doesn't really matter. I can catch them on green pumpkin, catch them on black blue, catch them on June bug, catch them on red bug, catch them on plum. You catch them on big vibes and big magnums and small vibes and ribbon tails and black blue and Tennessee shad. That doesn't matter. You need to find what's comfortable for you, that seems to be working for you in that particular situation. As far as leader line and weight goes, minimum weight for me on the river is going to be ½ ounce, anywhere from ½ ounce to an ounce, depending on the current, and anywhere from 18 inches to 3 foot a leader is usually ideal for me. Another bait that I'm always going to have on is going to be a lipless crankbait. Even if you're on a shell bar that's in 16 foot of water, these fish might not be eating bait that comes down any lower than 4 or 6 foot. In that instance, it's a really good idea to have one of these lipless crankbaits to bounce around. And you can go anywhere from ghost to chrome to any type of shad pattern, works really well on the river. Another bait, or several baits I'll have tied on, are going to be crankbaits. Deep diving crankbaits, shad pattern, bluegill pattern, chartreuse blue, sexy shad, colors like that work really well. Some sort of topwater bait, whether you want to throw a devil's horse, you want to throw a walking bait. Buzz baits work great as well, but if I'm going to go with a buzz bait, I'm going to go with a smaller buzz bait, like 1/4 ounce size buzz bait. But anything that mimics the shad is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a fantastic bait. And a jerk bait. Jerk bait is absolutely essential on the river. And again, anything shad colored right now, this time of year, you'll find that a lot of this shad's higher up in the water column, and these fish will come up schooling on the shad. And this is a great way to catch them. And it's also a great way to catch them in between them schooling on bait when they kind of suspend. Say the ledge that the person the bait on is in 4 foot of water. Those fish might sit in 12 or 16 foot of water and only be 4 foot deep. Just suspended off the bottom, waiting for that bait to come through. That's when it's a good opportunity to throw this particular bait. And some other baits I'm big fans of are going to be swim baits. You guys have seen me throw them in past videos. Anything in a shad pattern is fantastic. Anywhere from 3/8 all the way up to 6 inches would be the end of the world for me. I do my best kind of that middle of the road, that 4.8 inch seems to be the deal. And this time of year, it's going to be a shad deal. You will catch them on bluegill colors here and there. There are bluegill staging and shellcracker staging because they're about to start their spawn here in the first full moon of May. But as of now, shad's really the deal. That's what you need to have your focus on. Hopefully, guys, this information will help you guys out a little bit better the next time you come to the river and make it a little bit easier for you to break down so you can catch more fish.